very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Or actually, I'm hunting the dreaded tree climbing lawn chair. Now, these things are dangerous, so I've got to be extremely careful. Now, they often like to hide in trees, so you occasionally just have to keep glancing up, make sure one's not gonna jump down on you. Now, there should be one around somewhere here. Oh, there's one. We're lucky, it appears to be resting. It's gotten hurt somehow, so it must have ambushed a really big foe. Now, thankfully it's trying to recover from its wounds, so it's not going to attack us anytime soon. Now, as you look, this environment is perfect for these types of lawn chairs. Now, there's plenty of woods and trees that they can climb and jump down on. And now, we found what it was fighting against. This large automobile. Now, looking here, the automobile seems to be very, very rough shape. I think it's actually dead. Now, let's go around this side and see how much damage the shed did to it. That's a lot of damage. That is one incredible chair to do that much to some giant creature like the automobile. It just ripped the door out of the car and smashed it in again. That is brute force. Now, it looks like the chair was injured in its fight with the car, and it's up in the tree and it's resting before I can take on another foe. So we're just going to get out of here while it's still recovering from its wounds, and hope we don't end up like that car. Hello! I'm on the trail of this beautiful little thing. It looks like a lunchbox. Yes, yeah, it is a lunchbox. You can see it over there. It's camouflaged in with that blue and white pattern, so it blends in with all of the green and brown around here. I almost missed it the first time I saw it. Now, these things are interesting predators. They're almost the equivalent of a snapping turtle. It's like what they do is they just sit there on the ground with their mouths open, and they wait for things like, it looks like this faucet is getting lured in to the lunchbox's trap. Faucets are known to be extremely stupid inanimate objects. So it looks like it's being lured towards the lunchbox, where it will then climb inside in search of something, I'm not sure what, and then the lunchbox will just snap its mouth shut and trap the faucet in there and then devour it. A gruesome spectacle if you have ever seen it, which reminds me a lot of a snapping turtle. Now, this appears to be a stupid lunchbox because it doesn't have any bite or anything inside to lure inanimate objects with. It's just very lucky it happens to be in a vicinity with lots of faucets that are stupid enough to get lured in without bait. So, we will leave this natural spectacle to its own doing as we go and search for something else. Here we have a giant motherload of inanimate objects. I've been saying this once before, this is the gathering of inanimate objects once every 23 years and 43 days, give or take a leap year. Now, over here, now in sections, you see a large pile of tires that have traversed many terrains in order to get here. You see cars that are just parked everywhere. And if you notice, they're all facing inward. So pretty soon, maybe in a day or two, when everyone else has gotten here, there will be a large festival of inanimate objects. That is quite a thing to see. It reminds me of The Lion King. You know, in that opening scene where you see all the animals and they come in and they're trumpeting and they're galloping through water and Elton John is singing that song in the background. Except instead of the circle of life, it's like the circle of grace. It's like the circle of grace. I'm not much of a singer, so I'll stop there. Now, let's see. We have more cars over here. Oh, that's an extremely old one. It looks like an old tractor. It must have taken a long time to get here. See, it's disoriented. It's even facing the wrong way. Someone, pretty soon, maybe in a day or so, it'll actually realize what's going on and face the other way. Or it might just miss all the action. Now, moving along, there is a lot of automobile type creatures here. It looks like they're ready for a giant show, which they are. And it's quite a spectacle, actually. Last time I got here, I came a day late. I missed the giant festival spectacle. And I just see all the cars leaving giant rut tracks in the ground. Now, once you get farther away from the main circle, they're disguising themselves more, so that any predators coming by won't see them, because occasionally some type of inanimate object will lose its temper and just start attacking other inanimate objects. So they have to be careful of that, since it happens every once in a while. Over here you see some more tires. Are you close enough? Back away. Okay, that's good. Now, you see more tires over here, along with bicycles. It's very rare you see these two next to each other, since they're almost always mortal enemies. Tires hate being on bicycles, so this is like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I've seen a large pile of bicycles and a large pile of tires. Now we have the large pile of assorted junk that's just maybe inanimate creatures that feed off of other inanimate objects that have fallen off and have nowhere to go to. They're just piled here. And we got some more junk over there. Not sure what that is. And a few cars over there. More junk over there. And I'm just starting to get bored, so I'm gonna go play some video games. Well, I'll see you later.